Right, and now I'm going to take a minute out to update my build list. Okay, so this is my systems management screen this turn. I actually get in a new trade company, so I'm going to have to figure out where I'm placing a subsidiary next turn, but yeah, I can figure that out next turn. Let's end the turn. I've just noticed, yeah, there is a human fleet there, United Empire fleet, and I've sent that fleet now up there, so that's a bit of a pain. Got nothing to deal with that. There's a singularity which ran out this turn. And what else is going on? Some price fluctuation. I have to remember to sell a ton of my goods, but I think yeah, it's a while, I don't know, 6-7 turns before I need to do it next. I thought I'd turn this off as well. Right, let's minimize that. Okay. And price increase in hydromium. Okay. So they should... Right, cravers want money, I'm going to have to deal with that. I may even not give him money this time round. Right, that looks normal again. There's a... Right, that's the Wrath one, that's the Octans one. Okay. Oh, I've actually got 2 fleets up here. Looks like they're going up there as well, by the looks of it. Right, let's do these. Well, let's move that first, because I want to see if I can bring this over in one turn. Right, let's do... Right, 2 turns. Is that okay? Guess it is. Right, let's go to the Octans first. Right, let's do infiltration. Let's watch this one. So the number is 4214. Hopefully it's not buggy again. Right, so they did local resistance. They get like 40 infantry for that. Maybe I shouldn't have done infiltrate then this turn. It kind of depends if it's buggy or not. At the moment it doesn't look like it's buggy. No, I took them all out in one turn. Okay. Alright, back to normality. Decisive victory, and yeah, those numbers are fine. Right. Done. So yeah, the free troops have gone in effect here. But they can get that much back. So 49 to 16. I think I'm gonna blitz this time round. I want to take it this turn because I'm just getting too much damage. I mean, if it was working correctly last turn, I probably should have done blitz last turn. Right, let's watch this. This, yeah, I assume this won't be bugged. Right, I want local resistance. Right, I've got 5 combat rounds here. I get a ton of extra damage. If I don't win this time round, then there's a good chance I won't, especially when I get that damage to start. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until the other troops get in, basically, if I don't win this time round. Okay. It really does seem you really have to go in strength each time to have a successful siege, like massively overpowering strength. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this one, aren't I? Should have done infiltrate and then called it off, probably. Okay. Yeah, major defeat. Right, I am going to retreat. Yeah, the symbol still shows up. Okay, let's bring in this fleet which has full manpower. Hopefully they don't go getting it all back, but there's a possibility by me retreating. Okay, Yeah, they both look like they're going up there, which is I could leave a fleet until they get there. These are quite well, it's a hero on that one. I don't know how long it will take them to get up there. It could be quite a long time. Okay, what have I got left to do then? I've got the Cravers to do, Singularity. Now, someone asked me about something in a previous video, and I think maybe now is a good time to actually talk about it. So they mentioned about the build list, if I could talk a bit about it. So if we come into, I don't know, somewhere that I've taken relatively recently, like Octans, what I would recommend is basically getting the system developments done first, but there's a bug here so I can't actually show them. Yeah, so more often than not, system developments are so good that you want to get them in first, and they always take a set amount to get done. The first development takes 1 turn, the second takes 2 turns, and you can guess what the third one takes. So usually that gives you pretty nice bonuses. Other than that, the next thing in your build list you definitely want to get in is production. More often than not, that's the most important thing, because without production you're not going to be able to make anything else. After that, it's really down to circumstance what happens to be the priority. More often than not, I would usually get in science after that, but say for example you're short on money, then you'd go money. If you've just got a trade in, then you might want to get that in. If you want to get your fleet up, you get your fleet up. But no matter what, basically you want to get your production in first, because you can't do any of those until you've got that. If you're in a situation where you could be culture flipped, you want to get your influence in. I'd say in general though, I'd go for science after production, then the generic fitzy stuff, and then probably influence, dust, and in the Riftborn's case, food being last. But you might want to bump that up the list a bit, somewhere behind production. But it's all dependent on circumstance. Production's a key thing, really, and system developments. There's a couple of other things I shouldn't neglect to mention as well. Don't neglect your approval rating. It's very important, especially your empire approval. In terms of local approval, what it does is increase your yield outputs for food and influence as well. I think it's only empire approval that affects your dust and your science, and approval doesn't affect the industry production whatsoever. So I'd say approval is probably the most important thing after industry in the build list, usually, even before science. And the other thing is, pay attention to what actually you've got within your system, what resources you have, whether it's luxuries or normal resources, strategic resources, because there are buildings that you will want to make, or at least will be a lot better if they have things that correspond to their bonus. For example, at AI labor, you're always going to want to get this production in, but if it happens to be a ton of hot and sterile worlds on it, you may want to bump it up the build list a bit, because it's much more important. Likewise, there's no point in building that if your system isn't actually happy. And in other cases, if we come in here, it's probably better to show some of them. That's a very early game building that you probably should only build if there is actually strategic deposits on your planets within your system. Otherwise it's not really great, it's not really worth building at that time. So yeah, that's certainly something that's important. Yeah, that's usually well worth building no matter what the circumstance, but if it happens to have those types of planets, then yeah, that's even more important. And there's lots of things like that. That one requires luxury resources, so you may want to bump certain things up in priority if they happen to match as well. That's what I would tend to do. Right, so that's that mentioned. Right, so I've got 4 fleets here, still within this influence, so not getting any manpower back. I think before I might have alluded to the fact that owning laws would give me manpower back as well if I happen to go there, but that's not the case because it's still within their influence. I'm not sure actually what would happen if you put your ships into the Hannah, if they would get their manpower back. They might do. I haven't actually tried it, but just orbiting, no, they wouldn't. If you build ships, though, they start with full manpower no matter where, I believe, as long as you have manpower. Okay, let's get some movement done then. So there's a shadow there. I believe I made another shadow. There's a phantom and a wraith. Definitely going to make some ships around Laws still. Yeah, there's just a few little bits of movement I've got to do there then. The main thing this turn definitely is moving on these ships here. So I'm going to do that. Let's move each and every one down to their capital. And I should be able to just select the lot. Yeah. Okay. So I actually have stuff in Hannah. Let's put that on lockdown. And let's attack. So their defenses are the best anywhere, but I also have a lot of manpower. So let's siege this up. Infiltrate. And fight. So, apart from when it's bugged, it's been taking me 2 turns with Infiltrate to take these planets. This one might take me 3 turns because they had most manpower here. Wow, we're really wrecking them now. It's the first combat round. I didn't see what the option I went for. Probably protective systems, I guess. Wow, I really did wreck them. Okay. I think our units are exactly the same bonuses there. I've upgraded them the same amount. Yeah, so yeah, I got a decent chance of taking that next turn. We actually went local resistance, okay. But let's continue that siege anyway. Let's, I guess, have a look at the Cravers. I might give him one more tribute. I may well attack him next. I assume his capital's there or there. I actually really need to find out coming up if I'm gonna go after him next. Yeah, let's come in here. Let's swap position actually and see. So there's one war he's in. Yeah, that's why he's going after me. They left the war and tons of people at the same time. Peace. Wow. He would not accept all that money. So there's no way in hell I'm offering him a tribute. He can get lost. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is update my build list. Okay, I've updated the systems management this turn. So what I've done, I've stuck in a singularity into Sassini in front of the Riftborn I usually make there. Most of them are still on science. I am making enough manpower, so I don't need to put any more manpower on. And yeah, a few buildings. Only Laws is making a ship at the moment. Maybe I need to make a bit more actually, but I won't change it now. Sue's getting that in still. I think I might have forgotten to mention as well my heroes. So that hero was at Yin. I've moved him over to Bundus, which is actually the biggest system now that I took off the United Empire. And I'm placed that recent hero I got from the Academy on Yin, so he'll give me titanium extra amounts and antimatter when we finally get that tech. Next turn I get another approver building, which could be very important against the United Empire. I'm only content at the moment, so yeah, hasn't been very often that I've been only content in this game so far. Tons of freight moving all up here. Oh, and I'm making a trade subsidiary up in Orm because it's very, very distant. So my trade networks will be able to trade up there. It's a long way. Get the luxuries in theory along the route as well, which is a lot of Deciduous and Void Stone. Maybe, well, I'm not that far away from getting my 5th capital and the last one I believe as well that you can get. May even move a couple of my capitals. I'm not entirely happy with their locations. I invested a bit as well into that new capital at Bella, because I think I'm going to be keeping that one as well. I'm probably going to keep the one at Zoo, I guess, and might move those. Right, that's it for the turn now. Oh, I actually moved a new scout as well, and then sent a probe out over there, and I moved that scout over there. There's something to pick up there, and I want to see more of that. That's why I moved the scout over there. Right. Okay, so there's 2 native fleets coming up there, probably very slowly. Now I believe I stopped that combat list turn, which may or may not be a mistake. I'm not sure. Depends on if it regens it all. Okay, it looks like a hero got an upgrade. I got that tech. I didn't actually put anything in the list next. Right. So tons of freight to move in. Current population, if you're wondering, is that. So yeah, only got some collection bonuses here and there, but not everyone I would want. I want more Sophon, I want more Mavros. That's probably the ones I want the most out of these, and more Riftborn. The other ones I don't really need much more of, if any. Yeah, that's not good. The United Empire wants another, trying to force truce on me yet again. But I did pick up that approval this turn. I'm gonna be turning it down, that truce, but it is getting rather iffy on the old content amount. I may even have some rebellions coming up. Okay, you know what though? If I'm able to take the capital this turn, and I'm able to take Wrath, it may even be worthwhile piecing out, you know. It's just a question of if I can take them or not. So, first lane's first. Let's move on my ships, which should get that over there. Right, that's coming over in the direction of Kravis, but can't see the capital yet. I didn't give Kravis tribute last turn. Right, let's do these ground combats then. So let's Cetus, which is their home. I want to guarantee taking it this turn, I think, because yeah, I may very well peace out. Kind of depends. I'd like one more round really, but let's guarantee it by preemptive bombing, which will give you 3 rounds. It should be enough. 2 rounds it might not be. Okay. I'm not actually quite sure how the culture flip tech works these days. If it can happen while you're at war, or if it can happen when you have taken a planet but don't own it yet. I'd like to know both of those. I don't think they actually have the culture flip technology though for me to find out. War against Lumeris we would probably find out, because they definitely have. Right, so that was the end of the 2nd round, and this is the 3rd round. So yeah, it was probably right to go preemptive bombing here, I think. So yeah, taken. Decisive victory. Not even much damage either. Went protect system. Done. So their influence got reduced a heck of a lot, but yeah, that hasn't really changed the amount of systems that are under the influence. Jovanus, yeah, there's a heck of a lot of influence coming from it. It looks like there's a heck of a lot coming from Naus as well. And Orm might come under my influence without having to take a Wrath actually at some point, but it is under at the moment. So yeah, it really does look like I need to continue this war. So I'll probably move. I think I will. Problem is Jovanus. How do I get fleets down to here quickly for the next truce? There isn't an easy way by the looks of it. This conflict, It looks like it takes 2 turns, doesn't it, before you can retreat. So let's infiltrate that, which I'm gonna lose everything. Ah, I didn't actually lose everything. I got some tanks left. Okay. I wish I had lost everything actually. That means I can't attack with this new fleet that came in this turn. Yeah. So I have to remember that for the future. Let's, in terms of this new approval building then, let's have a look how good it is. So it's 15 per system level, which is going to be 45 for level 3, which I have. That's a lot, heck of a lot actually. So I will be turning down this truce. Refuse. Down to 46%. And yeah, literally everywhere's been affected now. So is there a, yeah, Viacris, which is mine, and always has been mine pretty much. Yeah, that's really freaking unhappy. There's a few here that I definitely need to get approval up on quickly. Okay, this hero, let's add another level. Okay, so what was that? 10 science? It was a heck of a lot. Extra happiness, but there's an ecstatic in there. What? Were they religious? I'm never going to get them in the Senate. Yeah, I'm going to have to take the crappy amount of science then. I think that's literally the best one. Oh, and no, maybe that is actually. Research. Yeah, we picked up the approval. Let's pick up next. I think I want the antimatter. Let's go and pick that up. It has been increasing recently, that's good. Well, what's down here then? There's unlocks exploration of moons, which is just extra population, I think. There's new singularities which come in here, but they need antimatter and adamantium. So I kind of need antimatter really for that. I'd love to know where those if there are any wormholes. Yeah, I really need to get down here still because I have so many volcanic planets. So this is definitely a priority, but I'm going to pick up antimatter first. Weapons wise, my ships have more than enough and I don't need to do overkill. Yeah, the bringing the gun to the sword fight analogy is working fine. Don't need a nuke. There's a singularity here, let's do it on Bandus. Okay, and I'm going to take a minute out to update my build list. After I've moved these, yeah, let's bring these down to Naus, and I guess I'll keep all 4. Because you really need to have overwhelming manpower, don't you? Right, let's siege this up. And do infiltration this turn. Next turn, either infiltration or preemptive bombing, depending on what I think I need. Let's skip this actually. Just take quite a few of these now. Right, let's continue. Right. Yeah, right, build list. Okay, here is my systems management screen this turn, and you can pretty easily tell what my focus, my priority happens to be this turn. I'm not even going to mention what it is, it's so obvious. So yeah, that's it for the turn in regards to build lists, and I believe I've done everything else. There's nothing I want to move. I think I might have moved the scout on. I think that's the only thing I've moved. Actually, you know what? I could move on the fleet that's probably used up all its manpower, couldn't I? So that one has 100% manpower. Let's move on that one back down here to get the manpower. So yeah, let's do that. I don't think it's going to affect that in a negative way. Hope it doesn't. So yeah, that should be enough to take it. It only had about a couple of tanks left and a couple of armor. Right, let's end the turn. I think I forgot to upgrade that fleet as well earlier on, after I'd taken Cetus and probably even the Octans as well. Not 100% sure. Maybe I upgraded it. Can't remember now. Okay. So hopefully next turn I can take Wrath and also Naus, and then it just leaves them with Jovanis, and it's a case of racing up to there. I completed a Wraith ship on Lure, so I think I got 2 Wraiths and a Phantom there, which I could maybe bring across. Let's turn that off. Okay, and Hero has leveled up to level 12. Looks or sounds like there's some sort of combat. So it is on system science. Let's pick that up. Okay. And I'll come back to that in a second. And a second. Yeah, I think my manpower's really starting to actually suffer a bit there, noticeably. Okay. Is that enough to take it with infiltration is the question. Probably, but I don't know. I think at this stage I am willing to actually... Yeah, I just need to make sure of this quickly and get up there quickly, so I'm willing to spend a bit more manpower to make sure. So I'm going to go for preemptive bombing here. Let's watch this. Infiltration might be enough, but not taking a risk. So I'm obviously assuming this is going to be successful now. Going for local resistance, which gave me a bit more manpower. Three combat rounds. And yeah, that looks pretty hefty. Might do it this round, or if not this round, should do the next round. This round, okay, great. So that's another system taken, and that should be pretty significant in terms of influence. Of that isn't within Jovanis' influence. I don't think they colonized Jovanis all that long ago, did they? And yet, look at it. Crazy. Okay, so I can move these fleets back up. Question is, how long to get there? 3 turns? Let's go to here. Right, so I was wondering if they had anything down here, but it doesn't look like it. I can't see any influence. The Wrath system. I think they were sneaking a colony ship over here as well. Yeah, maybe I need to do something about that. AI really made a mistake here trying to get to there, because that's going to take them forever. Probably should come around that way. Would have been quicker, I assume. This one then, I'm also going to make sure of this. I'm going to go for preemptive bombing. Fight. I think I heard a pop-up then, which gives a clue. Pop-up noise. Probably need to remove that. So let's skip this. Yeah, decisive victory. Excellent. Probably run out of people to get manpower back. Okay, what's this? Low manpower. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing next turn, I think. If well, how many? Ooh. So yeah, quite a few happiness builders I haven't finished yet, but they have, so they can go back on making manpower soon. Right, so that was taken. There's no point in waiting for those, or is there? I'm not getting manpower back there because I don't own that system yet. Could bring it back to there. How long? One turn. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a good idea. So I should get manpower back there because it's going to be within my influence, and I believe I own it now as well. So let's go on there. Yeah, let's get 9% back. Okay, let's do the automated movement this turn. What was the collection bonus anyway? I don't know, to be honest, but yeah, that's how population's looking at the moment. Okay, so there's a couple of fleets there, which I'll probably move on in a bit, maybe, depending on what I want to do. That can stay put. Right, I think I've done all of the movement I want to do for now at least, so I'm going to update the build list.
We are outcasts in the chaos that is your universe, willing to do anything to save our own.